Some women don't chase, and yet they're never forgotten, not because of what they gave, but because of what they withheld. Their absence does not echo, it haunts. He didn't notice when she dimmed her light. Not at first. He was too absorbed, in control, in ego, in the illusion that she would always be there. But the feminine does not stay where she's unseen. She lingers in the corners of the soul until she no longer does. He mistook her patience for permanence, her softness for surrender. But every woman who knows her worth understands the language of silence. And one day, she simply became quiet. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate." The man she left behind? He doesn't understand what happened, not fully, because she wasn't just a woman. She was his mirror, his anima, the feminine energy that called to his forgotten wounds and whispered to his unhealed boy. She reflected the parts of him he had exiled, and in that reflection, he found comfort. Until she stopped reflecting, now he searches for her in other women, in distractions, in the corners of a room he once felt safe in. But all he finds is absence. He doesn't cry. Men like him rarely do. But he replays the moments. The softness in her eyes before they turned cold. The texts he left unread. The warmth he thought he'd reclaimed, now buried beneath her silence. What he feels now, he'll never admit. Not out loud. Not even to himself. Because what died when she walked away wasn't just a relationship. It was his illusion of control. You see, a woman who walks away doesn't do so out of spite. She walks because her soul demands truth, because her nervous system can no longer survive on almost, because her feminine core, the part that nurtures, that heals, that loves, has realized that love is not earned by staying, but proven in knowing when to leave. She was the storm and the shelter, and he only understood the difference when the silence came. There is a moment, late at night, when the bravado fades and the ego softens beneath the weight of longing. That's when he remembers her voice. Not the words, but the tone, the way it wrapped around his chaos like a lullaby. That memory stings, because it's no longer his. He wanted power. She gave him depth. He wanted admiration. She gave him meaning. He wanted a woman to chase him. And now, he cannot stop chasing a ghost. She no longer waits. The woman he knew has outgrown the version he clung to, because she has met herself, in solitude, in sacred rage, in the quiet truth of her worth. She doesn't need him to notice. She doesn't need him to chase. Her power now lives in her detachment, not in coldness, but in clarity. She doesn't need revenge. She has something far more dangerous. The woman who walks away in silence isn't weak. She simply sees more. And he'll feel it, but he'll never say it, because some truths are too sacred to be spoken by the one who learned them too late.